Body, lap number 14, Edwards Food Service, and lap number 15 and 16 for ELMO'S Auto Body. We'll get to the rest of them as we get moving toward through our feature event, as the lineup is just about set. Michael Sabia going to work his way back up onto the grid as he is slated to start on the inside pole here in this event. As they work their way into turn number 3 and 4, Sabia will start shotgun, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen, a shower of 602 crate power about to send a shockwave on the high banks of the Valley of Speed as we go green flag racing in the Battle of the Banks. Up into turn number 1 and 2 for the first time. Kevin Ward going to look to have the advantage as they race off the corner. They'll scatter through clean and green through turn number 1 and 2 as Cody Hunt going to take a bid for the race lead down into the west end. Meanwhile, cars slowing after hitting the outside wall on the back straightaway. That is the Heiko Fabrication car number 9 of Nick Anatriello, as that will bring out the caution here on lap number 1. Straight to his trailer, which is located just past the second back gate on the back straightaway. This series having a number of different track configurations here in the 2016 season. The series opened out at the Utica Rome Speedway back in the month of May, where that was the opening event with over 50 cars at that one to open up the season, and then Albany Saratoga with their event just a little bit earlier at the beginning of July as well. And this is race number 3. The next 2 events here of the series at the Lebanon Valley Speedway, as the 98 of Kevin Ward going to bring them off at turn number 3 and 4. Green flag back out on the speedway. 30 laps remaining as we're going to green. Up into the east end, the Sportsman will fly as they bring him off of the corner. Keep an eye on Jeff Watson, already getting by the 53 of Whitey. Slavin down the back straightaway, looking for the number 2 spot now as he looks to dive to the inside. They're 3 wide for the runner-up position. Slavin gets pushed up the racetrack a little bit. Car goes around in between turn number 3 and 4, and that's going to bring Yellow out onto the speedway as Maxon looks to get it together. As Yellow comes out now for the 96 machine up in between turn number 3 and 4 with 1 lap completed on the lap counter. Heiko Fabrication, Race Pro Weekly, Final Reward Trophy, Dirt Track Digest, Midnight Music Machine DJ Service, and Mayhem Motorsports. Those are our sponsors here for the 2016 season on the King of Dirt Series. As the Team Go 11 Valley Speedway pace truck makes his way back onto pit road, we're going back to green flag racing here. 29 more here at the Valley of Speed as Kevin Ward brings them down the front stretch once again. Up into the east end they fly as Ward will take the race lead again. A car up and around, up on its side, down in front, the 16 of Nikki Ouellette. And that is going to bring Yellow back out onto the speedway as the car comes to a stop down in front, as that will bring her.
And as we work this yellow flag period here, Mike, we jump in and crack open the Brian Bedell Basic Book of Lebanon Valley Facts here in King of Dirt Touring Series events, which only...
We're going to go back to green flag racing next time by. 29 laps to go here in this King of Dirt Sportsman event. The first of 2 in the 2016 season at the Lebanon Valley Speedway, as the battle on the banks will continue. Team Go 11 Valley Speedway pace truck going to work its way into the pit area. Kevin Ward going to refire up on the outside of turn number 3 and 4, and we are going back to green flag racing once again. Up into the east end, the Sportsman cars fly as it will be the 98 of Kevin Ward looking to take advantage. He will be your race leader up off at turn number 2. 3 wide down the back straightaway mid-pack as John Virgilio, Hunter Bates, and Chris Lynch battle for position. Virgilio on the move, looking as he's going to try to be 1 spot out of a top 5 run off at turn number 4 as he will try to get by David Schilling. Schilling and Virgilio side by side as that Turner Auto entry pushing to the inside lane. Up off of turn number 2 as he slides up and tries to take the position away. They continue to drag race down the backstretch for that position. Meanwhile, Whitey Slavin has gotten into the number 3 spot as he has gone away from Cody Hunt and now trying to set his sights on Jeff Watson. Car in the wall up in between turn number 3 and 4. That is the 21 of Adam Gage. As they work their way down the front stretch, Gage going to come to a stop. Carnibucci slowing down the front stretch as well, and that will bring Yellow out onto the speedway once again. Off of turn number 3 and 4 they go. Green flag back out onto the speedway as they work their way down the front straightaway. Kevin Ward going to hold on to the race lead. Keep an eye on Whitey Slavin now ducking to the bottom. He's going to take the lane away from Cody Hunt up off of turn number 2 as they'll shake out single file down the backstretch. Jeff Watson with a run going to try to make something happen as they work their way into the west end, but Kevin Ward pulls away on entry. On turn number 3, here's Slavin ducking down low, trying to find something on Jeff Watson as they come around now to click off lap number 4. The top 3 working their way up through the corner. Meanwhile, John Virgilio looking to try to pass the 28 at Cody Hunt on the inside lane as they're side-by-side port position down the back straightaway. Another car on the move, the 15 of Adam Pierson, as Pierson works to the inside of Chris Lynch for position on the back half of the top 10. Pierson really working that bottom up off of turn number 4 as the cars continue to ride single file in this pack down the front straightaway. Top 3 starting to pull away a little bit more, but here comes the battle. Joey Scarborough going to get involved. There's now a battle for the top 5. Virgilio going to get by for the 38 at Scarborough. He'll be your new 5th place man down the back straightaway. Scarborough holding on to 6th. 7th now David Schilling. 8th to 15 of Adam Pierson. Chris Lynch sits in 9th, and rounding out your top 10 as they come to the flag stand is the 9B of Hunter Bates. So far it's been all Kevin Ward at the front of this one. 5 car lengths separating 1st and 2nd. Taking a look at the official King of Dirt point standings heading into tonight's racing action. Connor Cleveland. Red lights have been turned off. We're going to go back to green flag racing next time by as track crews attend to Chaffee. Kevin Ward led all 6 laps in this feature event. Kevin Ward will bring it down off of turn number 3 and 4. Green flag back out onto the speedway as they work their way down the front stretch. And he's got some pressure down in front of him as Jeff Watson sits to the inside of him. Watson going to try to whistle his way through the corner, trying to look for the race lead off of turn number 2, but Kevin Ward going to hold on to it down the back straightaway. Ward going to feel heavy pressure now from the 22 as Watson starts to size him up a little bit more that time. He gets into the back bumper just a tad heading into turn number 3, and off of turn number 4 they fly. It'll be Ward your race leader now as lap number 7 goes in the books. Watson still digging to the inside. Whitey Slavin sits there in spot number 3. Here's John Virgilio looking to complete the pass on the 28 machine at Cody Hunt. Down the back straightaway, they're still side by side for the number 4 spot as they race into the west end. The Turner Auto, number 14, going to crank it up a little bit, put a little bit of a slider on him off of turn number 4. He'll take that spot away. The 38 of Joey Scarborough going to follow, looking to crack the top 5 for the first time as his battle for the lead continues up at the front. Kevin Ward this time going to see Jeff Watson pull even with him, having entry to turn number 3 and 4. Watson trying to keep it stuck down on the bottom, but Kevin Ward right in the middle of the racetrack, very strong, as he'll put 9 in the books as we are just a lap away from the 1/3 mark of this feature event. Kevin Ward still holding on to this one. Jeff Watson got a great run down the back straightaway last time, but Kevin Ward's strongest spot on the racetrack, maybe the exit of turn number 2, is now Watson going to see some pressure coming from the 53 of Whitey Slavin up off of turn number 4 this time as they are separated by 3 car lengths as they race their way into turn number 1 and 2. Top 3 starting to break away. John Virgilio trying to run them down. You'll see Joey Scarborough in 5th, and now up to spot number 6 is the 15 of Adam Pierson as he continues to work his way down the back straightaway and up through the field. Pierson now working it up on the top side, looking to make something happen off at turn number 4 as he tries to close in on Scarborough. Michael Sabia down pit road once again. He's going to look to make it back out onto the racing surface. We continue to click through this Sportsman feature event. as Kevin Ward continues to work its way down into turn number 3 and 4. He's got about 7 car lengths on the 22 of Watson, who's dealing right now with the 53 of Whitey Slavin up off of turn number 4. The Ultra Lube car number 22 machine backs it down onto the bottom side as Slavin sits right there behind him as the top 3 continue to ride single file, slower traffic ahead of your leaders right up in turn number 3 as Ward can see the back bumper of Sabia and Klob off of turn number 4 this time as they'll bring it down the front stretch to put lap number 13 on the board. Kevin Ward still your race leader as Watson starting to close in and make a run once again as they work him up into turn number 2. Down the back stretch they go. Watson this time gets a great run off of turn 2. He'll start to close in right on the back bumper of Kevin Ward. Watson going to work his way up through the corner. Lap traffic may be a factor as that forces the 98 of Ward to change his line a little bit. That allows Watson to get his best run to pull side by side with him up into turn number 1 and 2. Ward keeping the pressure strong on the outside lane, but Watson once again going to look for a great run down off of turn number 2. He'll go wheel to wheel with them into the west end as they fight into turn number 3 and 4. Kevin Ward may have the better car through the corners, but there's no question right now Jeff Watson is the fastest on the straightaway. The Ultra Lube number 22 machine going to pull even with them up into turn number 1 and 2 as they come to the halfway sign. 15 in, 15 remain now for the driver of the 98 machine. Ward going to work his way down the back straightaway, but here's Watson once again trying to pressure. He'll pull up to the quarter panel on entry at turn number 3 that time. Ward going to shut the door one more time as he continues to ride the same line on the outside. Lap starting to wind down now as 14 remaining on the board. As the 98 of Ward still leads this one. Watson right there as well, still trying to put pressure on him. He'll make another bid for the race lead down the backstretch. He'll look for the blast pass on entry in turn number 3. Nothing doing that time. He'll keep it a lane lower up at turn number 4. But Kevin Ward still too strong. But at the line, Jeff Watson that time going to have the race lead. Watson gets a great run off at turn number 4. Looks to go to the front off at turn number 2. But Kevin Ward gets back by him off exit at turn 2. What a battle for the race lead, and Whitey Slavin lurking right behind both of them as now Ward forced to go around the outside lane as John Miller sits right there up at turn number 4 as now Ward continuing to lead this one. They work their way up into turn number 1 and 2 into the east end, and that allows Kevin Ward to pull away. Whitey Slavin now with a look-see underneath the 22 of Jeff Watson down the back straightaway as the top 3 continue to break away. Battle for the number 4 spot behind them as Joey Scarborough looks to get by the 14 machine off John Virgilio off of turn number 4 as they come down the front straightaway now. As next time by, there will be just 10 laps to go. Ward leading the first 19 of this feature event as the top 3 continue to bring it down the back straightaway. And this battle, you can bet's not over yet as Jeff Watson starting to size up Kevin Ward once again for the race lead off of turn number 4. 20 laps are in, 10 laps remain for the driver of the 98 machine as Kevin Ward continues to push its way up off of turn number 2. That time he got a great run and pulls away from him a little bit down the back straightaway. Watson trying to battle back Whitey Slavin right there behind him, and keep an eye on that battle for 4th as it continues to heat up. Joey Scarborough continuing to work the inside of John Virgilio, trying to take spot number 4 away. They almost touched coming down the front stretch that time. Off of turn number 2, your leaders go as Kevin Ward still holding about a 7-car length advantage down the back straightaway. The 22 machine going to work it through turn number 3 and 4 this time, trying to close in on your race leader off of the corner. He's going to get a little bit closer, but not enough that time, as now this time you'll see 8 laps remaining. Kevin Ward continuing to blister it on the bottom just a little bit more off the corner. We'll see what Jeff Watson may have towards the end of this one as he'll start to close the gap on him on entry at turn number 3 and 4. He cuts it to 2 car lengths that time as he works his way off of turn number 3 and 4. As they bring it off of the corner, it's still going to be Ward with 23 going down in the lap counter this time by. Here's Watson with a bid for the race lead underneath him as he'll try to push back and try to get by him off of turn number 2. The battle will resume at the front of the field as they work their way down the backstretch. Here's Jeff Watson trying to make a bid for the race lead. He'll look to make the blast pass on the inside lane, but not enough that time as Kevin Ward still hangs him up off the turn number 4 as your race leader. A great battle up at the front, and again, Whitey Slavin right there looking to take control. if anything were to happen in front of him, as the top three continuing to pull away off of turn number 2. Down the back stretch they go. Here's Watson with a look at the race lead. Tom Princiotta sits in front of your race leaders this time off of turn number 3 and 4. They'll come down, and there will be 5 laps remaining this time by. 5 laps to go now for Kevin Ward as Watson looks underneath them, trying to keep it down on the bottom, but that time Kevin Ward with a great move, going to pull away. Here's Whitey Slavin now, push it to the top side to try to get by Jeff Watson. Slavin almost gets into the outside retaining wall down the back straightaway, but keeps it rolling in that number 3 spot as Kevin Ward this time puts lap number 26 in the books. 26 in, 4 to go, and time starting to gradually run out for the 22 of Jeff Watson as they'll bring it off at turn number 2, and that Ultra Luke number 22 machine really going to start to size it up. Meanwhile, trouble on the Burns Truck and Equipment 38 machine. Joey Scarborough, who was in the top 5, having trouble as he currently sits on pit road with just 3 laps remaining. Kevin Ward still at the front of this one is the 22 machine. Going to bring him off at turn number 2 this time. He's still got about 8 car lengths on him down the back straightaway. Whitey Slavin sizing him up as well. They'll come and see parallel flags this time as they get to the flag stand. 2 laps remaining for Kevin Ward, looking to go wire to wire here in this Sportsman feature event in the Battle of the Banks as he continues to lead this one up into turn number 1 and 2. You can bet Jeff Watson going to start to try to mount even a harder challenge as down the back straightaway. Watson starting to get a run on Kevin Ward once again. He's going to look to pull right up behind him. 2 car lengths separating first and second on entry of the corner. They'll come down to the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go for Kevin Ward, and Watson is pedaling. He's got the fish and peel pull on the back bumper, starting to reel them in a little bit more. Here's Ward up through turn number 1 and 2 for the final time. Still 2 car lanes separating them. Jeff Watson going to have to mount his challenge now. He'll pull up right to the back bumper through turn number 3 and 4. Here's Watson battling down to the low side. Final time off at turn number 4. The Battle of the Banks is going to go to Kevin Ward. Second will be Jeff Watson. Third will be Whitey Slavin. Fourth, John Virgilio. And Adam Pierson will round out the top 5.
So what turned out to be a wicked battle up front is captured by Kevin Ward, and wow, what a shootout we had going on there for many, many laps throughout that Battle of the Banks, Battle of the High Banks, here with the King of Dirt Touring Series for the Sportsman cars. So Mike Warren and Dan Martin already heading on down track side, getting down into victory lane, and of course our pre-race activities before we get to our main event of the evening. Tonight's Andy Speed Shop, Bulldog Concrete, Wadhams Enterprises, ARG Trucking, Dirt Car, Big Block Modified. Our salute firefighters here making their parade laps around the speedway. Post and Kill Fire Department represented along with Kinderhook. Nassau we see in the house. Of course, the folks from Lebanon Valley, New Lebanon with us here as well. And we appreciate their support, their service, of course, when in need. The firefighters are there to serve us, and we thank them. We give them a big Lebanon Valley salute here tonight as they get to bring on around their fire apparatus here. We get the youngsters loaded up into the Speed Chasers Kids Club Fun Bus and Lebanon Valley Speedway Monster Truck, thanks to Grand Premier Tire and Custom Wheels. And meanwhile, we've got Victory Lane down in front for tonight's King of Dirt Sportsman Series event.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, making his way out of the automobile, the winner of the King of Dirt Battle on the Banks. Down here in Redline Graphics Victory Lane is Kevin Ward. Kevin, gonna grab a couple photos from up on the roof. We'll get him back down here grounded in a moment. The Premier Auto Body, Perfect Exteriors, Bulldog Concrete, B&D Auto Supply, Ryder Painting, Snap-on Racing, all sponsors on the 98 car this year. He gets the mock check down here. He gets the checkered flag. And I'm sure I'm about the last face that you expected to see in Victory Lane, Kevin. We go back a long, long ways. Congratulations on the win here tonight.
I think the last time I was here in 1994, I was in Victory Lane in a medium block class, and we remember that, right?
It's about 20 years since you and I stood down here. We both had darker hair. I even had the hair on my head. But what a race here tonight. This King of Dirt Series, you come down here on Richie Colasanti's night. It just coincides with the Battle on the Banks. And take one of your sponsors, the Victory Lane. Usually you think when you get an up-front starting spot, okay, we'll battle this one, battle that one. You battled the best in the business right there, and some good, clean racing up on the front.
Yeah, I saw Jeff pulling up alongside me a bunch of times, and he's the guy to beat here, and I knew we could do it if we got a good shot at him, you know.
For the fans in the stands, Kevin, you did. You raced back here in the late 80s, the 90s. You went back down a little closer to home. You ran down to Orange County for a number of years. Full fendered, open wheel. You've been racing down at Hoard. But we see you back in the field here on Saturday nights again. It's so great to see you back here at the Valley. And I know, even before this, you've been having fun here in 2016.
Sure, we're happy to be back. We need a little change. I got to thank all my sponsors, Bulldog Concrete, my body shop, everybody that helps me, Dan Spiedland, everybody that works for me, my wife, and the King of Dirt Series is awesome. Howard and Lyle, they did a perfect job on the track tonight. Well, the racetrack obviously fast and smooth. For you and Jeff to run that good up front, side by side, never touching a bar, it really said something about the two drivers and what they had to work with. Yeah, I just tried to keep him down on the bottom, pinch down on the bottom, keep his momentum, you know, cut off a little bit, and we kept it going good. Well, you got to win on the King of Dirt Series, picking up the Battle of the Banks. We're going to see you up to Albany, Saratoga for the Crate Nationals. There's a good chance. There's a good chance. I got an idea there's a real good chance. Want to congratulate you tonight. You got some photos to be taken and a lot of accolades to go along with it. Congratulations, Kev. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, an old friend in Victory Lane, Kevin Ward, picking up the win in the Battle of the Banks. And actually got Dickie Colasanti down here. Dick, I know you got some special stuff going on here tonight. Yeah. Good to see you back at the Valley. And just talking to Kevin, we go back 25, almost 30 years of doing this. To see your name on the side of the car in Victory Lane again, that's pretty cool.
It's unbelievable that he could win on my night. It's incredible. I'm happy for him. He works hard.
Well, Bulldog Concrete, we know that's associated with winners. We'll wish you the best of luck at the Pro Stock main later.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Dickie Colasanti. Rich Colasanti, the driver of the Bulldog Concrete, number 41. And we're going to go directly to work over here. Going to give away some money. As, what do we got for a total, Cindy? $2,206.
Scott from Manchester, Vermont.
Scott from Manchester, Vermont. How you doing, Scott? Reach down in there. You're about to make a best friend. You're going to send somebody out of here with $2,206. It's winning ticket number 256005. 256005. That's for the cash. $2,206. A DVD of choice from Bobco Racing Video, our official videographer here at the track. That winning number is 286111. 286111. That's a DVD of choice from Bobco Video. A t-shirt from Eddie Marshall Race Team. Eddie celebrating a birthday, as a matter of fact, today. Eddie Marshall's fan club sending a t-shirt, 257772. 257772. That's an Eddie Marshall Racing t-shirt. Next up, a Towsley Racing t-shirt. Fourth prize. Ticket 286095. 286095. Fifth prize, a t-shirt from Ken Jewett Transmissions. That's lucky ticket number 262308. Two prize, a VP Fuels race hat. Scott pulled the final ticket, 25521.
And we're continuing to get the youngsters unloaded out of the